Hello and welcome to my channel where I talk about all things to do with print on demand and making money in midlife. So today I want to answer a question from one of our lovely subscribers, Lonna Ray DHD, who has asked me why I always recommend taking the background out of a design before you save it for use on print on demand. One thing though, I'm not saying you have to do this. You can, by all means, have the background in it. Sometimes it works better with the background in it, but for flexibility and the reasons that I will show you here and now, it's a good idea to save it without. Let's get into the screen. So here we are. I've got this fantastic photo of a goose walking towards me. It's lovely. I love it. He's a cheeky chap. And in the background, you can see there's a flat curb, there's some weeds, there's a bit of road. Now we could easily take that image and we could put it on our products. So for example, if I put it on something like a t-shirt, let me show you. So I've come into my favorite mock-up site, Place It, and popped it in here. And yeah, he still is a cheeky chappy and he still looks great, but it's a bit ugly, isn't it? All this square. All we really want to know about is the goose. The other thing is that previously, not so much these days because technology has moved on, but previously, if you did one big solid square print like that on a t-shirt or any soft sort of fabric, it would break up with the washing and drying process. It would age very, very quickly. Now, hopefully, print methods these days, it's not quite so bad, especially if your prints are coming from print on demand, because it's not like these are being printed from our little cheap machines that we can afford to get at home. Because it's print on demand, these are actually being printed on really good quality, very expensive and very professional machines. However, let me show you what it looks like without. So here I am back in Canva, and the first thing I'm going to do is remove the background completely. There we are, there's our goose. Now, you would think that that is fine and he's fine on his own. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save it, but I'm not going to make the background transparent on this one, so I can show you what happens. And there we are. He has got that ugly white square in the background. So yeah, we've still got the square. And this is what's going to happen unless we do a transparent background. Watch this one. So I've ticked the box for a transparent background, but as you can see, it's got a little crown by it, which means it's a pro function. So you do have to be paying your monthly membership of Canva or otherwise have paid for the service annually. If you don't pay for Canva Pro, you're going to need to run the image through something, a background remover like remove.bg, which will then take the background off. It's never going to be as crisp, but it is a way around it. And then you just click download. So there you are. And I think you will agree that it definitely looks better without him having that big square box around him. However, let's now go into one of the print on demand platforms and show you the other reason why it's good not to have a background. Let's pop into Redbubble. So here we are in Redbubble, and if you want to learn all about Redbubble, I recommend checking out my Redbubble series. I've got a whole playlist on it, and you'll find it here or there. Never sure which side it goes. I will get the hang of that. So here's my goose, it's loaded, and at the moment it's got a white background. Now for surface prints like these, you will see that just the print is there anyway. But if I go in, you'll see if I change it to a different colour, only the goose is there. And the same with things like these hats. Obviously I need to tweak it because we've chopped his head off. But you can see it's only the goose. Now for the all over prints, oh, the phone case looks great. Well, obviously that's got a white background anyway. But what if I change this colour? I might change it to one of my brand colours if I'm doing branded products. I might just change it to something that I think looks really good for this goose. Probably not brown. Ooh, bright. So That's why, because then you can change all the colours. So now if I wanted to change the colour on every single product, every single all over print product in this particular design, I can do that here. And here I can type in the hex code if I know it. Otherwise I can just pick my colour. And as you'll see, those are surface prints, remember. As you'll see, everything. I was going to say I'll tweet that, but actually I quite like that because then your head would be the goose's head. You can see it's overridden it and it's done all of the surface prints. Now, yes, obviously I need to go through and tweak some of these to make sure my goose fits nicely, or turn him into a pattern, enable them, whatever. But can you see how flexible it is because I didn't save it with a background? And just to prove the point, let's go into a completely different colour entirely. And there we have it in pinks. So it would be very, very easy for me to do a whole set of these in pink and then a whole set in green, a whole set in blue, and have all these different products available. All I've got to do is change the background colour. That's amazing. But as I say, also bear in mind that if you want to change one individual product, you can just do it in the individual setting like this. And if I was going to type in a number, I would literally do 287686. Ta-da! And there we are with one of my teal colours. Love it. Looks really good. Fantastic. In fact, I tell you what, I'm going to save this so you can see them, even though I haven't finished doing them. Oh, look at that. They look great, don't they? So now I'm just going to really, really quickly upload one with the square so you can see the difference. So as you can see, some products, we kind of get away with it. The phone case we do, the pillows and the totes. But let's have a look here at the duvet comforter and shower curtains. Not really, because the image doesn't cover the whole area. So we've got a weird kind of pink border around the outside. That just doesn't work. Meanwhile, if I upload with the white square into Redbubble here, it just doesn't really work, does it? So hopefully that has made sense. Can you see, for example, this one saved this as a PNG with the transparent background, my little motif, and it hasn't got an edge. Now, sometimes you might be tempted if you've left it on there by accident. Yes, it's a white mug, so if you've left a white background, what's the problem? You'll find sometimes you do see edges. And also, have you ever tried matching a white car with touch-up paint? Unless you've gone for hex code FFFF, FFFF, and the mug itself is FFFF, FFFF, you are going to have a problem and you are going to see it. You don't want that. So just avoid the problem altogether and save it with a transparent background. And if you want to get all of my tips on how to design magic merch, please do watch this video next.